With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, their bombs bursting in air, gave
imitated, never duplicated, the greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaw.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Turn 3 Racing Network tonight. Blazing Pedals Xfinity Series coming at you live from Indianapolis. And it is slated to be 100 laps of action here at Indianapolis. My name is Chris. With me, as always, my good friend Rick Hammond Jr. Rick, how are you tonight?
Hey, brother, I'm happy on this Sunday night, man. I watched the NASCAR race here today. Now we're watching the Blazing Pedals TRJ Karting Series. Man, it's going to be a good time.
Right now, there are 32 drivers in this session, possibly 33, depending on late breaking news. Ian Habiak has lost power at his home. So if he can get power back in time, I'm sure we're going to see him, but the window is closing right now. Also want to give a big shout out. Rick, you made me aware.
I did.
Tim Habiak this Wednesday night, or Wednesday, I guess. You don't have to wait till night. It's his birthday. So happy birthday to you, Tim. Of course, Tim, the owner, the operator of TRJKarting.com, the main sponsor here for Blazing Pedals. And I'll go ahead and also thank Butt Kicker and Michael Falk Racing Designs. If you're looking for a butt kicker, head on over to their website. When you check out, use promo code BLAZING to receive 20% off from your butt kicker. In the midst of in the midst of an accident here as James Miller goes around. Podium finisher last week, having difficulties here so far during practice. But we are in the middle of a small, I do mean small, pit party. There's not a lot of drivers out there taking advantage of some side-by-side pre-race action. Right around the corner, it's going to be qualifying, and then we get underway. Stage racing here tonight. Stage number 1 going to end at the end of lap number 30. Stage 2 at the end of lap number 60. Then it's a race all the way to 100. Let's take a look at how that breaks down here tonight. 100 laps on a 2.5 mile track. That's 250 miles. Temperature on the racetrack right now, 104 degrees. Huh, that's interesting. Never mind that Simbox PC. It should say TRJKarting.com. Don't know why it doesn't, but no, whatever.
It also says Salt Flat comes here.
Okay, well, anyways, it's all wrong except for the track, and that's all I really care about right now. 79 degrees air temperature. And 104 degrees outside temperature here in Indianapolis. Again, it's a 2.51 mile track. And I guess that's all we really need to know. At least for tonight, Rick.
At least for tonight, yeah. Now, of course, we did get a little bit of new information from a driver here. Told us a little bit about the setup. One thing that we want to watch, and Chris, I think that might have been what Miller's issue is. The car gets very, very loose in the rear end there if you get into the gas too early. And, you know, especially after about 7 to 10 laps on their tires. And we're looking at a fuel run somewhere between 17 and 20 laps here tonight. And of course, we heard unless you're Captain Save Fuel, then you can make it 35 laps, but we'll see what happens there.
Yeah, well, let's face it. There's going to be people out there that save fuel. And here he is, the best of that. The number 41, Don Kilrow, heading out on the track for his qualifying effort. They'll take one lap to warm up the tires, and then the stopwatch goes live. So let's see what Dalton's able to do around this big track. Again. Here, caption something. Captain Muth. Don Kilrow out on track in his number 41. It's the Daddy-O's F-Cancer Chevy Camaro. And when it comes down to racing fuel, nobody is better at saving it than this gentleman right here. He is under the green flag, looking for his first green flag run. We have several in-car cameras for us tonight, including Jamie Walker, Casey Campbell, Brian Dees, Dalton Kilrow, one of those drivers that's joining us live, Jamie Walker, Rick Thompson, Taylor the Butcher Benjamin, and Terry Foster. I feel like I forgot somebody. Did I say Casey Campbell? I might have.
You did, yes.
Okay.
And we had a few more than that, but having some technical difficulties, I think.
All right, first lap across the bricks for the 41. A 53.315. Matt Hackathorn right under. Oh, the Butcher already taking the pole. Butcher was he was good. He was fast here during practice. It's showing already a 53.040. Big gap difference there between the Butcher and anybody else that's been out on track. Let's go on over to the Butcher, see where he is on the track here.
Ooh, John Perkins taking it over from the Butcher.
John Perkins
with a 52.95.
Ooh, darn, that's quick. Lots of drivers still here to qualify. 9 so far. Josh Klinger in his number 20. Didn't take a lap of practice, but he is out here right now trying to qualify that number 20 car. Don Kilrow a little bit better on his second lap of 52.972.
As of right now, Chris, 11 people now have taken their qualifying times. John Perkins still hanging on to that pole. Dalton Kilrow in second. The Butcher in third. Josh Sexton in fourth. It's good starting there for the 51. Matt Hackathorn in his 84. Fifth. Hayden Wheeler sixth. David Seats seventh. Joshua Rutherford eighth. Tanner Marr ninth. Mike Hamlin 10th. And Kristen Pittman in his 31. 11th so far. Klinger takes over 12 from Casey Campbell. Casey Campbell falls down to 13th position.
So Klinger crosses the bricks in 12th spot, 53.894. Hayden Wheeler was also pretty fast here during practice in the 68. The fabulous number 68, fabulous MFRD. Great looking car.
I love it.
So far, 6th quickest with a 53. Oh, forget that. Put it up to 4th. Hayden Wheeler, 53.097. Got a few other drivers out there getting ready to fall under the green flag here for qualifying. Corey Rutherford in the 5, getting ready to go as he enters the front stretch, the long front stretch here at Indianapolis.
I don't think we're allowed to call it that anymore. It's now, and I know you're going to love this, but it's IMS.
No.
Yes.
No, I'm sorry, Rick. Ooh, a little loose over the 5, and that's going to roll up the time just a little bit. Got to watch out for that, Corey.
And that's not to be confused with Chris's favorite track.
Don't do it, man. It's Phoenix, okay?
At least they call it Phoenix now. Yeah, it's back. I think it's because IMS and ISM is just too close. I don't know.
Two drivers from TNA Motorsports out there. One driver who is yet to take a lap. Terry Foster, the banner holder from TNA last week. Amanda Sherman crosses over with 5.3, 734, 15th quickest here so far for the 8 car. And here comes Rutherford. For Rutherford, nice drive. A 53.153. He's working his second lap. We're going to find out how that goes. Oh, off the wall. So 7th quickest is going to be the answer. We'll switch on over to Amanda Sherman, see if she can pick up some more time here at Indianapolis, Rick. I'm going to just keep saying it until you fall in line.
I'm just going to call it Indy because that's what I've always called it.
All right. Well,
it's Indy.
She drives over the bricks and does a little bit better on her second lap, puts her up to 14th, but just for a moment, Jordan McAvoy qualifies in the 10th spot, pushes her right back down to the 15th position, but she was a little quicker on that second lap. Welcome back to race Clark. Clark now up to 15th spot. 53.420 on his first lap. Watching the 22, Brad Collins, that Ford Mustang. He's about a quarter of the way through, and he's already saving fuel, Rick. That's not fair.
I think the Butcher and I just became best friends. I think he has a mellow yellow in his hand. He put it down so I can't see it now, but damn. I want a mellow yellow.
We'll call it mellow yellow. Yeah, the 22 saving fuel.
Yeah, it's good to see the 22 Brad Collins back out on track. We missed him the last couple weeks. That car is looking fine, Chris. Those are my colors right there.
Well, obviously he wants to start kind of towards the rear of the pack, Rick, and a 55.534 going to help him do that as he starts his second lap around. And he is just coasting it through the corners. How about one of the podium finishers from last week, James Miller in the Tim Hortons, number 909. James Miller out of Canada. Going to see what he's able to do here today.
I know what he's not going to do. That's to send me some Tim Hortons. Just saying.
Yeah, I mean, he's had plenty of opportunities.
Just saying.
And he brings it right down to the inside wall across the bricks. James Miller launches himself up to his 7th place starting position, 53.122. And let's see what he does on his second lap. Some big names that haven't been out on track yet, or certainly haven't completed a lap. And one of the biggest of them all, Jamie Walker, now on his first lap as the 09 gets sideways, and that's going to slow him down for his second lap. So a 7th place starting finish. The 88 pops out on track and says, you know what? Not yet. Not ready. So he's going to park it. How about the Soul Stealer, the 17? Marvel Studios Chevy Camaro. It's Brian Dees. Dees working his second lap. So far, he's 17th quickest with a 53.475. And right out to the outside wall here.
I'm honestly thinking about setting up a GoFundMe there for the Soul Stealer, Chris. That way we can send it over to the Shermans over at Savage Edge Graphics and get him another shirt so he doesn't have to wear the same one every Sunday. I don't think he ever takes that thing off.
The thing is going to stand up on its own before the end of the season as qualifying comes to an end here for the Blazing Pedals. And that means one thing. We get to put on some grid music. Starting on the pole this evening, It's going to be the 33 out of Speed Mafia. It's John Perkins. To his outside out of 5 Kings Motorsports. It's the number 41 of Dalton Kilrow. Starting on the inside, row number 2, it is going to be Taylor the Butcher Benjamin. And to his outside out of S&M Motorsports, it's the 17 of Brian Dees. Run It Fast Motorsports is number 68 of Hayden Wheeler. Going to start inside row number 3. To his outside, it's going to be Jordan McAvoy in the 66 out of Team AV. MFRD's number 6, Derek Paulson, going to be starting inside row number 4. And to his outside, the 09 of James Miller. Starting on the inside of row number 5 out of 5 Kings Motorsports, it's the 51 of Joshua Sexton. And to his outside, it's the Work in Progress Racing number 5 of Corey Rutherford. Ram Racing's number 84 of Matt Hackathorn. Going to start in the 11th position. In 12th is going to be Limitless Motorsports number 14 of David Seats. In 13th spot out of Work in Progress Racing, it's the 55 of Joshua Rutherford. And to his outside out of 5 Kings Motorsports, it's going to be the 4 of Tanner Marr. Starting in 15th position tonight out of Limitless Motorsports, it's going to be the 28 of Mike Hamlin. And to his outside, the 31 of Christian Pittman. Race Clark in the 02, going to start in 17th spot out of TNA Motorsports. It's going to be Amanda Sherman starting in the 18th spot. In 19th spot out of Oceanside Cleaners Racing. It's the 20 of Josh Klinger. And Rick starting in 20th spot tonight out of Speed Mafia. It's the 73 of Casey Campbell.
Brad Collins qualified his number 22 in 21st position. Matt Grunberg in the 54, going to be starting in 22nd. Jamie Walker in the famous number 88, going to be starting there in 23rd. Sam Baumgarten starting his 53 in 24th. Rick Thompson got his 76 qualified in the 25th position with the 44 of Aaron Backover starting in 26th. Jeffrey Fisher starting his 98 in 27th with Corey the Shermanator Sherman starting his 3 in 28th. Cody Moore in his 24 going to be starting in 29th with Randy McAvoy to his outside in the 61 starting in 30th. And then rounding out that field, Chris, is going to be the 46 of Fred Thompson. And it looks like Terry DeMann Foster, actually Terry DeTaffy Foster, going to be starting in 32nd. And Ian Habiak, I'm not sure if he got back in time, Chris, but he would be in 33rd.
Yeah, it looks like he is trying to load in. Probably going to have to start off on pit road, but here we go under the green flag for the first time here tonight. Rick, it's Indianapolis, 100 laps of action. Tim Habiak, welcome to the channel, bud. Happy birthday for you this coming Wednesday night. John Perkins with a great start to this race, has a commanding lead already over Taylor the Butcher Benjamin. Brian D sits in the 3rd spot. Captain Save Fuel, Dalton Kilrow in 4th.
Right at that top 5, Chris, is the 66 of Jordan McAvoy. Right behind them, there's a little gaggle of cars. Derek Paulson working on the inside of the 09 of Miller and also putting some pressure on Hayden Wheeler's number 68 machine. Right now, Derek Paulson in the 7th position, just took over 6th. See if we can hang on to it as Miller works the inside there. Hayden Wheeler starting to fall backwards in his 68.
Yeah, Hayden Wheeler starting to slip back just a little bit as he was stuck on the outside. Now able to fall back in line, get behind the 09 of James Miller, and the Miller machine heading down low. He's going for a spot. Derek Paulson can't do anything about it early on in this one. And Miller up 2 spots early on. Hayden Wheeler looks like he may have gathered that machine back up, and he is right on the back door of the 6. Painted by Mariel out of MF Racing Designs. Talented painter working her way up the competition board as far as paints go. Let's go on back in the field. Corey Sherman. Speaking of paint jobs, Rick, you alluded to it earlier before we went live. This new paint job from Corey Sherman looking good out there.
It is. I like to see that TNA turtle there on the front hood. I mean, it's still in a Toyota. I gotta ask Corey if he needs to borrow a couple bucks and I can buy another t-shirt or something, but get him into a Chevy or even a Ford. But I'm digging that new number 3, man. It's a little, I like the colors.
Let's take a peek. Ian Habiak has not started this race, unfortunately. So he is at least 3 laps down at this point. Up front, though, John Perkins still leading the way. The Soul Stealer, Brian Dees, in the second spot with TBB right behind him. Jordan McAvoy, Dalton Kilroe. Kilroe slipped back into the 5th position after starting on the outside front row. And so it begins, Rick.
And so it begins. You're absolutely right.
The fuel savings. Stage racing here for Blazing Pedals. First stage going to end at the end of lap number 30. So certainly something to watch out for there.
I mean, I can tell you one driver who is not saving any fuel, Chris, and that's the 33 Speed Mafia driver of John Perkins. And it is so good to see Perkins up towards the front, leading this thing, getting another pole. Hopefully the race goes his way, because he's been kind of up and down this season. He's been very fast, Chris, and he just gets into somebody else's issues, and it kind of ruins his night. But the 33 looking mighty strong.
Brian Dees trying to sniff out a little bit of the draft here on this long front stretch and close the gap. Right now, the gap about 0.6 of a second as Perkins actually opens it up heading into turns 1 and now turn 2. So the 33 rotating very well here tonight so far. The Butcher running in 3rd spot. Dalton Kilroe in 4th. So he's able to get 1 spot back from Jordan McAvoy. Biggest mover of the race so far. How about the rookie, the 53 of Sam Baumgarten, up 6 spots into the 18th position. And that Ford Mustang is moving. Make it 7 spots as he goes around Rutherford in the 55. And now brings it behind Klinger in the 20. So Josh Klinger up 3. Behind Sam Baumgarten is the 02, the NASA machine of Race Clark. Well, Rick, you worked so hard on it, I might as well show it off for you. The new paint job for the 86 of Captain Taffy. Terry the Taffy Foster. Oh, Lord.
But, you know, this all came about last week, Chris. The last race there, you weren't able to show the in-car cameras due to a little issue with YouTube that we found out about. But I noticed that Terry had a thing on his VR headset that said, "We'll race for Taffy." So when he got done having such a bad night, I felt kind of bad for him. So I basically, all I did is I went on the internet, I found a picture of a bunch of Taffy, threw it over the overlay of his car, and I sent it to him as a joke. And I said, "This is going to be like, you know, dangling a carrot in front of a donkey, hopefully." And he goes, "I love it. Can you post it for me? Because I'm going to race it." I was like, okay.
And we can see him in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. It's the We'll Race for Taffy in that beautiful Terry Foster t-shirt design of Got Taffy. He's doing some really good work on t-shirts lately. I'm going to put it out there.
You know, I went down there as soon as I saw that, and I told the Shermans that they needed to hire Terry to get some of those t-shirts in production over at Savage Edge Graphics because I want one.
And they said no.
They laughed. They laughed a lot. So I don't know if that's good or bad.
We have a new race leader, Rick. Ryan Dees was able to catch and pass John Perkins. Perkins now has Taylor the Butcher Benjamin right on his back door. The mirror is full of the 10, and the 10 takes a look down low, brings it back in, holding on to the draft, going through the corner, but the Butcher is looking to take a look. So John Perkins He had a good race lead early on, but the one thing you can't do here is beat up your equipment. It's a long race, 250 miles. And you got to save those tires because you have a limited supply here tonight.
That's right. Only 3 sets for the drivers, Chris. And we touched on that a little bit during the broadcast. Now that we're on lap 9 of 100 here, it's about time to talk about that again. You know, these drivers have been driving very hard, Chris, for the last 9 laps. Well, that's going to be coming to an end soon because that's when the car starts getting loose in the rear end, coming off if you get into the gas a little too early. And of course, you know, fuel savings and stuff like that, that we know that a normal fuel run is about 17 to 20. And I'm being told that you can do about 16 to 17 laps not saving. So we'll see how all that falls into play here. But I'm wondering if that's what John Perkins may be starting to think about a little bit. Know he's getting around to that time to back off a little bit, let these other guys go around and do their thing, burn up their equipment, because only 3 sets here tonight. And you want to have a set at the end of stage 2 to have something, and if not 2. I mean, I think that's what we're going to see a lot of. We're going to see a lot of fuel onlys for the first couple of pit stops. And drivers definitely going to be saving a set or 2 for the end of the race.
Well, you have to. That's the only way. I mean, I don't know. I guess you don't have to, but it seems to be the winning formula here for the Blazing Pedals. And speaking of winning formula, James Miller looking to try and get towards the front here. He is right on the back door of the 41, and the 41 actually forced to go down low and make a pass on the 33. So Dalton Kilroe back up to the 3rd spot, whether he wanted to or no. The 09 gets loose. Maybe had some contact with the 66, but the rear end of that thing came out, and James Miller able to hold on to it. And John Perkins, yes, you are now allowed to breathe. My word.
Oh man, Brian D's starting to check out there, the soul stealer. I mean, he's got to remember that he's got to have cars around him to steal those souls. And he's over a half a second gap in between him and the Butcher.
And we've seen this before and it didn't work out. And I think the Butcher right now can kind of ride in the jet stream, if you will, the 17. The draft does come to play here. Indy's a big enough track. In these long straightaways, you can really build up some speed, and we're starting to see it already, Rick. The gap under 0.6 of a second, and the 10 is starting to roll in again.
66 Jordan McAvoy takes over the top 5 spot, the 5th place position from John Perkins. Perkins has Derek Paulson right behind him. Chris Paulson started in 7th. He's sitting in 7th. He's got a little pressure maybe from the 68 of Hayden Wheeler, but we'll see what happens. They're kind of just in line now, but Perkins falling back a little bit, down 5 positions since the drop of the green flag 12 laps ago.
Central Vermont's Hayden Wheeler trying to get in there and make a run towards the front. Right now running in the 8th spot with Derek Paulson and John Perkins just in front. Paulson moves down to the inside in the Mustang, and Hayden Wheeler takes his Chevy down low as well. They're working on the 33. The 33 really may have burnt up a tire, Rick, because he is going backwards in a hurry.
I mean, I wonder if he burnt them up, Chris, or if he's just trying to save.
Well, may have gotten him hot, and then he had to back down. I guess that would be the more accurate representation. I don't think he burned them up in 9 laps, but I believe he got him hot and really is backing up now.
I mean, one person that will be able to tell us that that's what's happening is going to be Brian Dees. He's got, about the same amount of lead as what Perkins had there during the beginning of the race. So,
oh, I don't know about that. It's growing. It's almost 1 second for the Soul Stealer, and it is growing. So Dees running a nice line. We're going to see if that's going to save those tires or not on the 17. He's looking for a win. He wants a win, and you know what? This year he deserves one. He has been up front almost every single week, and then something happens or he just doesn't get the finish that he would really kind of deserved. Look out for the 17 here tonight. He's my pick to try and win it all. Check in on Matt Hackathorn way back in the 12th spot. He started in 11th, fell 1, but being very consistent in that 12th spot. Behind him, the 28 of Mike Hamlin in that U.S. Navy machine. And man, that thing is nice looking.
I dig it.
Right behind him, it's Tanner Marr in the cotton candy machine. Another Toyota driver. And here comes the rookie, Sam Baumgarten. Baumgarten trying to break into the side of the top 15. And right now he's done it. He's 14th and moving. Sam Baumgarten putting the pedal down here at Indy.
Tanner Marr now under attack by the 88 of Jamie Walker.
Yeah, Walker kind of coming out of nowhere to the 15th spot after starting in the 23rd position tonight. Here we are, lap 15. He's up 8, and he is following Sam Baumgarten. I would too right now. Baumgarten seems to be the man on a mission. I haven't talked about this gentleman on pretty much all night long, but here he is, the winningest driver of the season. The number 54 of Matt Gruenberg right now being scored in the 26th spot, and he's gone down since the beginning of this race. He started in 22nd. So down 4 is Matt Gruenberg, and he's got Jeffrey Fisher right behind him. Now it is only lap 16 of the race. We're still deep. Huh. I just noticed something kind of funny, Rick. I'm going to have to take a picture of it. He did start deep into the field here tonight, but working his way up a little bit is Jeffrey Fisher. Amanda Sherman in the 8 machine. She's down to 25th position after falling 7 positions since the drop of the green flag. Matt Hackathorn, Corey Rutherford look like they've joined together on pit road. And Terry Foster in that new paint job, it's not doing him any good. James Miller, the new race leader after
we got some green flag.
Yeah, 17 came down pit road along with Taylor the Butcher Benjamin.
And a couple other drivers also. Matt Hackathorn came down to complete his service. Looks like Corey Rutherford came down.
A bunch of them.
And even Terry DeTappy went down too. And now pit road's getting very busy as the Shermanator, Sam Baumgarten, Josh Klinger, Mike Hamlin, John Perkins all come in. Amanda Sherman, Rex Clark, Tanner Marr, Joshua Rutherford, they're all coming down. It is time. Ooh, a little race on pit road there. Dalton Kilroe's going to take over the spot from James Miller. Not sure what's going on with the 09 car Miller, Chris. I saw him get it loose a couple of other times too and make those jerky movements down into the inside lane. I'm not sure if it was because he was loose or he's just trying to keep the momentum on and get around people, but the 09 makes it safely to his pit stall.
Matt Gruenberg still out on track, actually being scored as the race leader right now, but has not come down pit road. So he's trying to stretch the fuel as long as possible. He's actually saving fuel. He's cutting the throttle. And this time by, I don't know what. I mean, he's doing like 10. I think he's doing 10 miles an hour. Probably not the way to do it right this early, but we'll see. As Gruenberg hits pit road. And that's going to give the lead right back over to Brian Dees. He's going to have a 3-second lead when it all pans out. So the Soul Stealer is on a mission here tonight.
And he even has a grin on his face.
Is that a grin or a grimace? I'm not sure.
I'm not. Maybe he's. I don't think D's hit the restroom before the start of the race. This could be bad.
Yeah. Well, let's go through all of our drivers that have an in-camera here tonight. So we're on our race leader, Brian Dees, the Soul Stealer. You can tell by the t-shirt. Way back in 30th spot in the number 73, it's going to be Casey Campbell. Oh, look at that setup. There's actually so much going on there. I'm not sure how you keep track of it all.
I think if you look cross-eyed, you see everything.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
I mean, that's how I do it. That's how I broadcast now.
And then we've got third place runner Dalton Kilrow, also in the in-car camera, taking a big sigh is Dalton. Don't hold your breath, Dalton. It's not needed.
I'm just glad to see he finally took off his Turn 3 Racing Network t-shirt, gave it a wash. Got the old Daddy-O's one on now tonight.
Yeah, I think it's been 2 years. Let's see. Next up in our in-car cameras, it's going to be the 88 of Jamie Walker. Walker, a multi-time winner here this season. You can see him driving, taking a nice Sunday drive with a one hand.
He's got one hand. He just reached down for his beverage.
He's got a hand on a Mountain Dew and a hand on a steering wheel. We'll see when he takes a sip. Next driver on the in-car camera, it's going to be the 76. He's 17th. It's Rick Thompson. Current location is home in Greensboro. Oh, no, excuse me. What does that say? Goldsboro, North Carolina. And next we have the 10 car of Taylor the Butcher Benjamin. The Butcher going back to college very soon. And got to congratulate him for making that decision.
Big time. It's awesome.
His major? Psychology. He's just going to get in everybody's heads, and that's how he's going to win. Pretty sure that's how it works.
Well, we kind of came up with the Soul Stealer nickname for Brian Deesker, so we're going to have to think of something for the Butcher.
Doc Butcher.
I like it. I do.
And of course, the last driver that we have is in 26th spot in the new paint scheme. He's going to race for Taffy. It's Terry to Taffy Foster. And that does round out all of our live drivers here this week.
Now, Foster has gained 6th position since the drop of the green flag, Chris. We're almost at the end of stage number 1. That is going to happen at the end of lap number 30. We're on lap 22 already. But I'm a little nervous because I saw Terry raising his hand a little bit, like, you know, his arm's bothering him or something. Hopefully, either that, maybe that's where he hides his taffy up on the ceiling so he can't really get to it while he's racing.
Yeah, there's a shelf. There's a shelf over it.
Okay.
And so he picks his hand up, grabs the taffy, throws a couple in. Good enough. Brian Dees, your race leader. He's got a 3.4 second lead after starting in 4th position here tonight. A lap 23 of 100. Pit stops have been made for stage 1. And let's take a peek in, make sure everybody is on the same path, and it looks like they are. Fuel only for every single driver here in the Blazing Pedals.
With the exception of maybe Josh Klinger, unless my scoring is not correct, Chris. Are you seeing that? Down there in 28th position right now?
Yeah, that's true. But he might have just had a slow stop. And back up front, the Soul Stealer, Doc Butcher, and Captain Save Fuel running 1, 2, and 3. And then we've got Derek Paulson. He's a winner here this year and almost scraped the wall, but the 6 able to stay off from it. And that allows the 66 to go on by. That's Jordan McAvoy back up to the 4th position. Josh Sexton behind them in the 51. Haven't called his number out, but he's up 3 since the drop of the green flag. Aiden Wheeler holding on to a top 10.
Couple of drivers having a couple of issues out there. Brad Collins, Jeffrey Fisher going off track there, Chris.
And the 09 almost did as well, as he got really loose coming out of a corner. 2 spots behind him, Jamie Walker. Walker on the inside of Dave's seats and looking for more as they head into the corner. So Jamie Walker in the 88 letting it all hang out here tonight. He's being followed by Sam Baumgarten. Baumgarten now on the inside of seats. Ahead of them, it's James Miller, and Miller from time to time has had problems coming off the corner. As those rear tires starting to wear.
Checking out the 20 car there of Klinger, Chris. There is some damage, so maybe he was down there doing a little bit of repairs, maybe.
Well, that would explain that as well. Lap number 26 of 100. And in about 4 laps. Now 3. Nope, it's still 4. At the end of lap 30, the caution is scheduled to come out. It'd be the first time tonight. These guys are running very well tonight. Not to jinx it.
Not to jinx it. It's funny of Brad Collins. I'm trying to see if there's any damage on his car, Chris. He got into it there with Fisher. Both drivers went off and slapped the wall a little bit, but definitely have some right side damage there to Collins number 22, front and rear.
We hop on board. Yeah, we hop on board with Doc Butcher as we're going down the front stretch. We'll stay on for a lap with him. Almost 9,000 RPM going down the front stretch. And you see the 46 just ahead of him. That's Fred Thompson, the elder statesman here at Blazing Pedals. And the Butcher goes down below him. Let's see what kind of RPM we do here. Just under where we were on the front stretch. As we round out of turn number 3, get set up for turn 4. And back onto the front stretch we go. Not a lot of banking here at Indy. It's a relatively flat track. Very quick though. And wide. See the
Race
3
control. Oh, good.
The 3 of Corey Sherman coming off from pit road.
Yeah, making it just in time too, because race control just called out that pits are closed now. We're getting ready to end stage number 1 here shortly.
And on the 44, Aaron Bockover being threatened by our race leader to go down a lap, so the 44 has got to get it going. Does not want to go down a lap if he can help it. There are 3 drivers down a lap so far: Christian Pittman, Fred Thompson, and Randy McAvoy. Pittman and Thompson down 1. It looks like McAvoy down 2. There's the 44 cut in the air for the race leader, Brian Dees. Right now, the TNA driver that would win the banner is Amanda Sherman. By virtue of running in 23rd spot, all others are running behind her. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Corey Sherman is ahead of her. He's in 18th spot. And one more lap to go before that first scheduled caution flag set to fly here at Indy. So the 44 doing exactly what he wanted to do, and that is to stay on the lead lap. And the yellow flies. Our stage 1 winner going to be the 17, the Soul Stealer of Brian Dees. Doc Butcher, Captain Safefield, Jordan McAvoy, Derek Paulson ran out the top 5 here for stage number 1. Biggest mover of the race so far. He's in 7th spot. It's Jamie Walker, up 16 positions.
That was a very good stage.
It was clean. All right, stage 1 in the books. We're going to go ahead and step away for just a moment. When we come back, stage number 2 for the Blazing Pedals here at Indy.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was always fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos or danger until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all will be kept in the pits. Not to mention that with members in over 130 countries already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series and work your way up to one of 7 world championships, offering over $500,000 in prize money. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Back live here from Indy, Blazing Pedals Xfinity Series, getting ready to go to stage number 2. Our race leader, Brian Dees, opts for the outside. Pace car lights are off, cars are filed in under columns of 2, which means we're ready to get it going once again. So our stage 1 winner, Brian Dees, continues to hold on to the lead. A good pit stop for him. Captain Safe fueling the 41 picked up a spot or 2 as he is now in the 2nd spot. Dave Seats, Taylor the Butcher Benjamin, and Matt Hackathorn round out the top 5 as we get ready to go back under the green flag.
That's going to be a good little charge there to the end of stage number 2. Going to happen at the end of lap number 60. But right now the pace car's off, and there they go. We're green, and the Soul Stealer getting a good jump there. But Dalton Kilrow very, very fast here tonight.
Yeah, Kilrow not saving fuel at this moment, as he has to get the car up to speed before he can really do that effectively. The 41 dive down to the inside, looking for the race lead. Dalton Kilrow on the inside takes it away. Oh, did not expect that. And here comes Doc Butcher. Doc Butcher on the inside of the Soul Stealer. And he's going to take away 2nd spot. So the Soul Stealer already back to 3rd spot. Jordan McAvoy in the 66. Right on his tail. The 66 now goes down to the inside. The 17 slow. Jordan McAvoy up to the 3rd spot by a nose. The Soul Stealer has got to find his rhythm again. And here comes Joshua Sexton now, and Derek Paulson. The 17 falling back very quickly now.
Yeah, I got to throw in the 88 of Jamie Walker getting around. So right now, Brian Dees down to 7th position. Next up, James Miller coming up on the back door. 09 of Miller looking on the inside. He's going to go around. So yeah, definitely something going on there with the Soul Stealer, Chris.
Well, we can let it out of the hat now, Rick. It's everybody ahead of him. Everybody that's passed him looks to have taken tires. So the 17 still on that original set of tires, but he is paying the price mightily to start this 2nd stage.
Yeah, but he's smiling about it. Or he was.
Well,
for a second.
He was burping up a soul. It was indigestion, Rick. That's all. Let's go back a little further into the field. It looks like Rick Thompson on the inside trying to make a move. got Hayden Wheeler right behind him, giving him a push. And they're working their way around the 17 of D's. So Rick Thompson now finds himself in the top 10, running in 10th position in the 76. Tanner Marr, the Cotton Candy Machine, just ahead of him. How about Corey Sherman in the new paint job? He's up 15 spots since the drop of the green flag. And mark him down as another driver taking it away a spot from Brian Dees. And now he goes around Dave's seat. So Corey Sherman is on a mission as he is running around in the 12th spot. Imagine if he was in like a Chevy or a Ford, how much faster you'd be.
He would have been up there with Dalton and the Butcher, I'm just saying.
I mean, mostly a Ford, let's face it. A Chevy would be faster, but it'd probably fall apart.
Well, I'm just looking here. We're in the top 5, Chris. There's only one Ford. That's Ed Paulson. The only reason why that thing is so fast is because the painter did an awesome job on it.
Yeah, the painter did a great job, and extra clear coat on that thing, so it's extra slick and really cuts through the air. The Mustang heading up towards the front. Speaking of heading towards the front, how about it? It's the 88 of Jamie Walker. Walker right on the back door of Jordan McAvoy. And you just get the feeling that Walker is taking his time working his way towards the front. And let's face it, we've seen that before.
Yeah.
Checking in on the winningest driver here this season. You can see damage to the left rear. Matt Gruenberg's car has got some damage on it. And that hardly ever happens. So 2 weeks in a row, not the best weeks for him. Last week popped a motor, did not finish the race. And this week, running in 28th position. Brad Collins, you alluded to it earlier, Rick. He does have some damage to the right rear of that machine.
And that's when he got involved there with the 98 of Jeffrey Fisher.
And now Collins taking a look to the inside of Gruenberg. Rick, the more I see stuff like that, the more I gotta think maybe Mark isn't wrong.
Yeah, I'm thinking
we'll keep that amongst ourselves.
I'm thinking that either Matt Gruenberg really dislikes Indy, or Matt Gruenberg is seriously saving all of his equipment for the end.
All right, up top it is Captain Save Fuel, then Doc Butcher. And the Dew crew has pushed Jamie Walker up in the 3rd spot. I want to thank everybody for tuning in to the Turn 3 Racing Network. You're watching the Blazing Pedals Xfinity Series here in Indy. We're settled into a 250-mile race already, though. 42 laps done. We're almost halfway through.
I also want to give a big shout out to our sponsors too. Of course, the biggest one, TRJ Karting. Tim, and also a happy early birthday to you. Your birthday coming on Wednesday. I won't say how old you're going to be, you old man, but you're getting old. But we appreciate everything you do for us and for Blazing Pedals. If you guys haven't yet, make sure to go to trjkarting.com. Get all your karting needs and some cool sim racing stuff. And of course, MF Racing Designs. We know that Michael Falk does a lot of cool paints and is an excellent person. I love talking with Michael, and we have a lot of fun. And of course, the Butt Kicker, you head on over to thebuttkicker.com. Use code BLAZING for 20% off your order. That makes it worth it. It's like paying like less than $150 for that Butt Kicker. you can feel your games. And of course, I got to give a quick shout out because I add them because that's what I do here at the Turn 3 Racing Network. Give a shout out to Savage Edge Graphics. Make sure to head on over to savageedge.com or Savage Edge Graphics on Facebook and see all the cool things that the Shermans are doing, man. You can get anything custom made. I mean, mirrors, koozies, you name it.
Even hats.
Yeah, that's coming soon. Yeah, I'm not excited about that because my bank account's going to get low really quick. I love hats.
I'm actually very excited because my work hat, it's done.
Yeah. I haven't even talked to you about that. I felt bad about it. Because that was my favorite. I will say that hat was one of the best hats that I've ever owned. It was comfortable. The idiot Jamie Walker looking to, I think, try to make a move there on the second place runner right now, Doc Butcher. I'm going to keep using that, Chris. We are making the Butcher. I mean, we call him Butcher, but we got to come up with our own nickname, you know?
Yeah, we did. It's done.
It is.
Forevermore known as Doc Butcher. And also known right now as the third place runner as Jamie Walker goes around him. Plus 21 on the evening here so far. Walker has to gain about another 1.18 seconds to catch Captain Save Fuel, who is doing anything but right now. Trying to get a picture in that shows the 1.18 seconds, and there it was. This is actually slipped back to just over a second. There's a good showing of it. What that gap looks like here on Indy. And after Walker was able to get around Doc, he's actually starting to pull away. So he was quicker at the time. And no sense in fighting that this early in the race. Still quite early. 55 laps to go.
I mean, I know you're probably waiting for like the third stage, but are we gonna have a turn it up session tonight?
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure I get myself comfortable and ready for that, man. You know, those are my favorites.
Yeah, we're gonna do it. As the 09 works around Josh Sexton, so James Miller up to 6th spot. He's been riding out back for a little while, maybe saving some stuff, and saw an opportunity, took advantage of it. Hayden Wheeler in the top 10, and just outside of it, Tanner Marr in the 4. Marr admittedly is a short track driver, so on these 2.5 mile tracks, it is all kinds of different for him. Brian Dees, our stage 1 winner, decided to not take tires after the first pit stop, and here he comes down pit road. Will he take them this time? Will he just take fuel? That's going to be a big question. And then the other question starts to become, when is everybody else going to come down pit road?
Well, I think we'll see it within the next 10 laps or so, definitely. But, Chris, you know, it's kind of interesting. The 51 Josh Sexton, you just talked about him sitting in 7th position right now. Now, of course, I follow Five Kings and all the other teams that are on Facebook here at the Blazing Pedals. Joshua Sexton had this to say: heading to Indy for VPL tonight. I've never raced here before and haven't had much practice. Hopefully I can get the track figured out quickly. Well, you know what? I think he's got it figured out because now he's sitting in 5th position.
Yeah, doing a great job tonight is Sexton.
And, you know, you just talked about Tanner Marr, also of Five Kings Motorsports. Chris, I know that he is actually racing with a pretty bad migraine right now.
Oh, no, thank you.
Yeah, no, I don't know how he's doing it, but Tanner Marr looking pretty good right now in his 4. He's up 6 positions, sitting in 8th right now.
A lot of pit stops are starting to happen, Rick, and with those, Amanda Sherman finds herself inside of the top 10 in the 10th position. So Sherman, she's running the red and black car tonight.
And here come the leaders down pit road.
So the race for the leader is starting to happen. But right now, Jordan McAvoy stays out along with Derek Paulson and Josh Sexton. And those three drivers run 1, 2, and 3. Michael Falk, I'm going to have to go ahead and say no, sir. You are the man. Look at all the paint jobs out there with your name on it. Let's go to one. Well, that's not your name. That's Derek Paulson. That has Mariel's name all over it. All right. Fine. So, Sexton. There it is. Classic MF Racing design. We're looking good out there. And now Sexton up to second as McAvoy brings it down pit road. And that puts Derek Paulson as our race leader here on lap number 50. The Ford Mustang is the race leader. It's Ford, Toyota, Ford, Toyota, Ford. In that order. Then Toyota, Toyota, and then the first Chevy right now is in 8th spot. It's Aaron Bockover out of TNA Motorsports. Bockover has had one heck of a season this year, and that's not exactly supposed to be good. He has had terrible trouble all season long. Pit road has bitten him a few times, and accidents have bitten him a few times, and now the 44 is just looking to try and hang on for a good night here tonight. As the 41 goes on by, and now the 88 gonna do the same. And with Derek Paulson coming down, Race Clark is now gonna be the race leader, but he pulls off Klinger. Klinger's gonna stay out. He's gonna lead a lap here. And Klinger is saving fuel. Got to make it around one more time before he can come down pit road. And when he does, it's going to be Dolan Kiro, Jamie Walkover, and Walker.
Jamie Walkover.
Walkover, yeah. And wow, Aaron Bockover in third. Oh,
there you go.
Lord. Matt Grunberg up to 5th spot. Doc Butcher getting ready to go by him along with the 09. Almost 3 wide here at Indy. It's possible, but it's not fun. And yeah, the 09 made it happen. And Grunberg way up top to try and stop himself from getting involved. And he is going to try and go right by the Doc. So the Butcher all of a sudden losing some speed. Paulson pulls out in front of him. The rookie, Sam Baumgarten, behind the 10 now.
That's just wrong, but now we're going to call, hey, Ty, what's going on, buddy? We miss you. I know you didn't get no practice in this week.
When does Ty practice?
Never. You don't need to. He's got the looks, okay? He's the, I don't even know, the Dale Jr. of Blazing Pedals. He doesn't need to do good. He looks good. He's a fan favorite. Year in, year out. Bless you.
Thanks.
Things mixed a little up, but Dalton Kilroe still leading this pack here with Jamie Walker all over the back bumper of the 41. little ways behind them. And when I say little ways, over 3 seconds, James Miller in the 09. Please tell me it's a DQ theme. Please. Oh man, you're at the real Indy today? I'm jealous. That was a crazy race, man. Crazy race. A lot of beat up race cars. I'll tell you right now, the Racing Warehouse is going to have a lot of good stuff coming onto their website soon.
Dalton Kilroe, Jamie Walker, James Miller, your top three. Derek Paulson and Doc Butcher rounding out the top five here on lap number 54. About 6 laps to go before we fall under caution number 2 of the evening, Rick. And it has been very clean racing here tonight. I hope that ha 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 was that little musical interlude I threw in there. You said he's got the looks, Rick. I had to go out and find she's got the looks. And,
I know you had to.
I can't help myself. I had an interview with Aaron Bach over earlier on today, Rick.
You did?
Yeah, I did. I asked him, Aaron, do you think you're going to finish the race tonight? And he said, and I was like, okay, sounds great to me.
Wow. He does talk every now, I think. I mean, we used to see him, 3 times out of the, 90th episode so far of Shop Talk, which you guys can watch tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern on Facebook. Just search for TNA Motorsports. Aaron may or may not show up there. I'm thinking that he won't.
Well, if he does, there's one thing for sure. You'll be sleeveless.
He will be.
Well, before the last pit stops, Brian Dees was falling back mightily, and I thought maybe he would take tires. I was wrong. The 17 still on the original set of tires that he started this race with. And that could be huge later on here in this race. Jamie Walker took a peek down to the inside and decided not to go. I think he might be a little bit faster than the 41 right now, but happy to draft along.
Well, number one, I mean, that's going to help Walker save a little bit of fuel, Chris. You know, you know as well as I do, when you're in the draft like that, you're able to get off the throttle a little bit more. And, oh, sorry, Ty. So, ladies and gentlemen, the reason why the one at Ty Morosco is not here tonight is because he didn't want to be disappointed again, Corey. I mean, Michael. My glasses are dirty, I'm sorry. But one cool thing about Jamie Walker also tailing behind that close and putting some pressure on Dalton Kilroe, Chris. Last season, we saw the 88 and the 41. I mean, they were, obviously Jamie Walker, Aaron Bach was almost in the wrong place at the wrong time there. But Jamie Walker won the most last season. And Dalton Kilroe was the second most winningest driver, and of course the championship from last season. But these two drivers really battled it out hard last season, so it's kind of cool to see them up there banging and beating again. Not if they're banging, but
There's not a lot of banging going on.
No, but you know what I mean.
Q's as they cross over the bricks. Lap 58 being worked right now, so just a couple more laps make it 3 before the caution comes out.
Yeah, I'm getting freaked out because I'm looking at the in-car cameras to see Jamie Walker to see if he has 2 hands on the wheel. No, he still actually has no hands on his wheel right now.
I don't know how he does
literally
it.
driving with his knee. He just drove with his knee, I swear. But every now and then I look over at Brian Dees and he's smiling, and that's freaking the heck out of me.
I'm telling you, it's indigestion.
I don't know. These are full blown. You see the teeth, everything. It's a big grin.
Let's take a look in on Jamie Walker and see just how relaxed he is going around this big track. And speaking of relaxed, how about our race leader, Dalton Kilroe? Let's take a peek in on him. You would swear that he's just sitting there taking a nap. He just yawned. He just yawned.
If I couldn't see actually on the broadcast, it actually looks perfect because you can't see Dalton's arm. Okay. That's the only way that I know that Dalton's not sleeping is that his arm, I can see it move just a little bit. But you're absolutely right, Chris. It looks like he's taking a nap. Joking is so funny.
Couple laps to go before we end stage number 2. Is Dalton Kilroe going to be able to hang on to it to win stage 2? We're going to find out here in just a moment. We know stage 1 was won by the Soul Stealer, Brian Gapfinder Dees.
We're going to find out in about 55 more seconds, Chris.
Here we go. This is going to be very telling. Does Walker want to get around to win the stage, or does he just want to continue saving some equipment? Both drivers are taking a set of tires, so in that regard, the more they can save them, the better off they'd be, unless their plan is to just swap them out here. We're going to find out at least what Jamie Walker's plan is. As he pulls into that corner just a little bit higher than the 41, maybe trying to hold on to some momentum. Way down in that corner is the 88, almost off the rumble strips, as we're on the front stretch. And the 41 looks like he's going to hold on to win stage number 2. Great job from last season's champion. Who's actually moving now, so we can tell he's awake. Oh man, see what MF is Racing Designs Rick is thinking about doing.
I think it needs to be done. I don't want to say that out loud.
No, I don't either, because he'll pick up on it.
Yes.
But if that happens, please do let me know. I'll also need pictures before we go live of all angles of the car. Thank you. Just saying. And congratulations to the 41 of Dalton Kilroe, the 88 of Jamie Walker, the 09 of James Miller, the 53, the rookie Sam Baumgarten, and the 10 of Doc Butcher. The top 5 here at the end of stage number 2. Pretty impressive driving going on here tonight.
Outstanding driving. I mean, 62 laps in and already better than the pros that I watched today, even though they were on the road course version, but still.
I just wish they'd stick to what they know. Oh well.
And now the leaders are definitely coming down. We'll see what happens.
Pit road's gonna get busy. Look at them all filing in.
And now it looks like only the 20 of Josh Klinger deciding not to come down pit road.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to step away for just a moment. When we come back, stage number 3, live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network for Blazing Pedals Xfinity Series.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
And welcome back to Indy's, ladies and gentlemen. New race leader, Josh Klinger, to his outside. It's going to be David Seats. Inside row number 2, it's going to be Jamie Walker, Jordan McAvoy to his outside. Then it's going to be Mike Hamlin in the number 28. Cody Moore out of nowhere in the 6th spot. Jeffrey Fisher, Amanda Sherman, 7th and 8th. 9th, Terry Foster. 10th, on Kilrow. As we get ready to go back under the green flag, pace car runs down pit road, and we're just waiting for the green. A little bit of tire slip out of the 20 as Josh Klinger hits the accelerator pedal, and we're back live. Jamie Walker sets him up on the inside. Dave Seats heads down to the inside lane as well. Seats not able to hold it down. The 88 does. The 88 now your race leader, Jamie Walker, to the front. Josh Klinger trying to hold on, but here comes Dave Seats in the 14 on the inside. Jordan McAvoy following him through along with Cody Moore. Cody Moore stays behind Klinger, but now drops down to the inside.
Yeah, Klinger definitely falling backwards, Chris. Looks like last time the 20 was on pit road was on lap 51. Everybody else came down during the end of the stage. Ooh.
We had one get into the wall on the inside. I believe that was Jeffrey Fisher. So Fisher way down low as they fanned out 4 wide going down the front stretch. And caution. Well, let's go back and take a peek, see what happened. Let's see. Not really showing me. Not really sure why it came out. In all that, though, Aaron Bockover having a little bit of a problem. Let's see if this is the reason why. Oh, Bockover gets collected by the 5 and down to the inside. And really, it was Bockover's fault. He came up the track. I'm not sure if that's what brought it out. Could very well be. Let's go back and take a look at that again. Bockover goes down to the inside of Rutherford. Rutherford way to the outside. Bockover comes way up the track and into the 5, and around she goes. Nonetheless, under caution for the first time due to incident tonight. And it happened right after the stage. Jamie Walker, our race leader, Jordan McAvoy, Cody Moore, our top 3. Don Kilroe, Jeffrey Fisher round out the top 5. Red Thompson gonna get a lap back. So Aaron Bockover's luck continues this season, and it's been anything but good. A lot of drivers opting to come down pit road for a little bit of fuel. And just waiting on race control to kind of figure out what happened there.
So that definitely was the reason why the caution came out, Chris. And actually, it's going to be on to the 5 of Rutherford.
Huh.
Rutherford actually got up into the wall and then came down a little bit there with Bockover right there. This is what Mark is seeing in race control.
Interesting. All right. So the 5 going to take it all the way back. Pace car lights are off. We're going to fire these guys up one more time as they fold into columns of 2. Okay, our race leader, the 88, opting to take the outside lane. That's going to put Jordan McAvoy to the inside. Then it's going to be Cody Moore, Don Kilroe, 3rd and 4th. Terry Foster riding in 6th spot. Jeff Fisher in 5th.
I'm craving tappy for some reason. I don't know why.
Pace car drops off onto pit road. And back under the green we go. And Rick, I know you asked about it. And now seems like a pretty good time. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching on a computer, turn the volume all the way up to 100. If you're watching on your phone, put it up to 10. If you're watching on a TV, a 100, crank it up. No matter how you can, because we're going to turn it up here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. night, every night, if it wouldn't blow my eardrums out. Rick, that is fun here at Indy.
Huh?
Hey, yeah, buddy.
I gotta turn it down.
Jamie Walker, your race leader. Dalton Kilroe, captain, save fuel. Running in second spot. Jordan McAvoy in third. Jeffrey Fisher up to fourth spot. Josh Sexton in fifth. In sixth spot, it's Doc Butcher running that 10 car out of MF Racing Designs. And behind him, it's the 54 of Matt Gruenberg, who finally decided to put the pedal down. Cody Moore in the 24, running in 8th spot with Derek Paulson right behind him in 9th. Tanner Marr, the Con Candy Machine, rounds out the top 10, and unbelievably behind him, it's the 86 of Terry the Taffy Foster, who is leading the way for TNA Motorsports. Race Clark, Brian Dees, Sam Baumgarten right behind him. Josh Klinger will round out the top 15. Oh my.
Then we go back a little further, Chris. We got John Perkins in 16th with Mike Hamlin in his 28th and 17th position. David Seitz sitting in 18th. Rick Thompson in 19th. Joshua Rutherford in his 55, rounding up that top 20. Then we got Hayden Wheeler, E.C. Campbell, Brad Collins, Aaron Bockover, and Corey Rutherford rounding up the top 25. And then the Shermanator in 26th right now. James Miller behind him in 27th. Fred Thompson in 28th. Matt Hackathorn in 29th. Then we got Randy McAvoy in his 61 in 30th position. Amanda Sherman had some issues there a few laps ago while we're doing our Turn It Up there session. The 8 sitting in 31st position. Christian Pittman still got his 31 on pit road, might be done here. And of course, we know about Ian Haviak going to be coming home and scored in 33rd position, not able to get back in time for the green flag.
Up front, though, it is Jamie Walker and Dalton Kilroe. Captain save fuel, 24 laps to go. And the question starts to become, when are we going to come down pit road? And are we going to be able to do it with one more stop? So unbelievably, Terry Foster right now in the 11th spot. He is under pressure from Race Clark on the inside, but right now Foster leads the way for TNA. Can he make it 2 weeks in a row with the banner?
And this one's in the top 20. I mean, Terry needs to have a good race, Chris, to try to bump up in the points. Of course, we're on race 19 of 26 of the regular season before that chase starts. So this would be a good night for the Taffy if he can hang on to it.
Has he found the paint job to get it going?
I might have to extort some Taffy or some money out of him or tell him I'm going to delete the paint.
Oh man, they always look good. Anybody that's under the MF Racing Designs, their cars are looking super good out there tonight. That is just a given. Speaking of an MF Racing Designs car, how about Jamie Walker leading the way? How about Dalton Kilroe running in second spot?
Yeah, of course, Dalton Kilroe is a member of Five Kings, so he's sitting there. I mean, he's not done yet, I'm sure. He's sitting in second. Just came off winning stage number 2, feeling good there in the 41. Joshua Sexton, what I told you earlier, that, you know, he hasn't put much time in this track, hasn't done a lot of practice, Chris, and was hoping that he could find it. Well, sitting in fourth, that 51 is looking mighty fine. Tanner Marr inside the top 10. Derek Paulson's there. But right now, all eyes are on Jamie Walker. Now, I alluded to it a little earlier that Jamie Walker and Dalton Kilrow used to battle it out all season long last season. Of course, Dalton Kilrow was able to come away as the season champion. But this is definitely something that we are used to seeing here. Right now, Dalton Kilrow doing what he does best and kind of just hanging back there a little bit. 21 laps left to go. But Jamie Walker is not somebody to just kind of shrug at and say, oh, I'll do it on fuel saving stuff like that, because Walker always has something up on his sleeve. And of course, a great night so far by the guy who's sitting in third. That's a 66, Jordan McAvoy. Now he is almost 3 seconds away from the leader. But Jordan doing a heck of a job. But right now, Dalton very comfortable and just kind of hanging out there behind the 88. You can see the 41 gives a little bit of room there on those long back and front stretches. In the corners, Dalton will tuck in a little bit, but leaving enough. Maybe doesn't want to help out Walker. A little push, and oh, Walker really slow. Here comes Dalton Kilrow on the outside. New race leader, Dalton Kilrow in the 41, but Jamie battling it out hard. Not able to do anything. Dalton Kilrow now the race leader with 20 laps left to go. Oh, and caution comes out. It looks like it might be with Dave's seats. That is not what Dalton Kilrow wanted to see happen. Dave Seats, yes, does go off track just a little bit.
Well, Rick, let's go back and take a look and see what happened with him, because this is huge. There we go. Oh, Dave Seats, John Perkins get together. Oh boy. Let's go back one more time. See if we can't see who got into who. John Perkins moves down into seats. No question about it. And under caution, we go with 19 laps to go. And it's a different race. Pit stops happening one last time. We're going to step away. When we come back, it's going to go back to green flag. We'll find out what race control says about the last one and catch you all back up here in just a moment.
Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
TRJKarting.com is your #1 online source for karting components, engines, and safety gear. They have a huge selection for the novice to the professional and a dedicated section for sim racers. No matter how you do it, your desire and passion to go fast fuels them. Their focus is to put their customers into victory lane. Make sure you check them out at TRJKarting.com and give them a like on Facebook.
And make sure you do give them that like on Facebook and let Tim know Chris and Rick sent you. In fact, Tim, I'm going to tell you straight up, I'm going to be on your site here in the next couple of weeks. I got to get a couple of things from you. But we got big news here, because here under caution, when we took the 17 laps to go, there was an 88 that was sitting on pit road, and he was getting himself 4 new tires, Rick. Jamie Walker back to 25th, but he's going to have new tires. Here we go. Pace car back on pit road. 16 laps to go when we cross the start finish line. And Dalton Kilroe is our race leader.
And you can tell there's only 16 laps left to go because Jamie Walker now has both hands on the wheel. For a second.
Well, he did for a second. Jeffrey Fisher goes around. Jeffrey Fisher goes around. Caution is not out yet. He's off the racing surface. Oh my.
And now he's back rolling, Chris. We're going to stay under green. The 98 in big trouble, though.
Yeah, he lost a ton of spots all the way back to 28th position, as Dalton Kilroe is just launching that 41. Weaving to try and break the draft for Matt Gruenberg here at Indy. Gruenberg sitting in the second spot. Jordan McAvoy in third. Derek Paulson, Josh Sexton, fourth and fifth. The 41 moves down, trying to pull a little draft off from Matt Hackathorn. The driver of the 84 down a couple of laps, and the leader thinks he could be useful.
And look who's in second place right now, Chris. Matt Gruenberg. We didn't talk much about him, and we did a little bit there when he was riding around in the, 25th, 26th, 27th position, but 14, now 13 laps left to go. 14 laps left to go. There we go. I'll figure out where we are here in a minute.
Right Indy, bud. 2.5 mile track. It's kind of a big one.
But he is there now in second position.
Matt also joining us up in chat here on a Sunday night. Getting here just in time with 14 laps to go. Dalton Kilroe leading the way. Matt Gruenberg, Jordan McAvoy, your top three. Derek Paulson running in the 4th spot right now in that Mariel painted MF Racing Designs machine, with Joshua Sexton, also an MF Racing Designs car, in 5th spot. Cody Moore behind him in the 6th position. I'm going to surprise you and say it's an MF Racing Designs car.
And we got Sam. Did you do Sam's too? If not, it don't matter, because right behind him, Doc Butcher. I am digging that. Doc Butcher. I like it. I want to say a big thank you to Sam and to Taylor also for coming and hanging out with Chris and I this past Friday. Had a lot of fun. It's always good to talk with you guys, making us feel more like a family. And of course, right behind Taylor in 9th position, Tanner Marr, the Cotton Candy. My girls love the Ford machine. They do. And that is an MF Racing Designs. I mean, we could go all night here.
We've surpassed more than half the field.
I think it's going to be easier just to go through and just be like, let's see. Jeffrey Fisher does not have one.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
It'll be quicker to go through who doesn't have one. And man, these paint schemes, and what I love about Michael, Chris, is, you know, him and I, we talk quite a bit. And, you know, when you talk to some high profile painters, I mean, you know, my work, it's very simple. And I try to do crazy things, but I keep it pretty plain. And because I like old school type things, I really like my sponsors to pop, and I don't have the know how to do it the way that Michael Falk does. But Michael is very helpful, and he says I do a good job, even though I think he's lying half the time. But not bad for a guy who's using just Git. Yeah,
you do really basic paint jobs, like the one that is on your screen right now in the 86, because that was so a joke. Basic.
That was a joke, and he's carrying the banner with the joke.
Not only is he carrying the banner, but he's threatening to pass the 88 of Jamie Walker. He gets around the 22 of Brad Collins, and the 86 is racing his heart out here tonight. Rick, I think he's trying to make you proud.
I am proud. Very proud of Terry.
11 laps to go for our race leader, Dalton Kilroe. And the late move by Jamie Walker may not pay off. He is up to 17th position, but those 4 tires need to come with an afterburner if he's going to catch our race leader, Dalton Kilroe, who is just picking them up and putting them down right now. 0.8 of a second lead over Matt Gruenberg.
I mean, Michael, I appreciate that when you said that. Like I said, though, it was a joke. And I mean, nothing's lined up. I literally just took a picture off of the internet and I just slapped it over the overlay. And, well, I think I might have to spin. I don't know if I want to, though, because he's doing so well in it.
Yeah, just leave it alone. Captain Save Fuel isn't doing his normal routine of saving fuel. Rick, he is pedaled down, trying to stay in front of Matt Gruenberg, the winningest driver here this season. Jordan McAvoy hanging out in the top 3, wants to try and stay there, and chat is blowing up.
Ooh, the 22 of Collins hard into the wall, Chris.
Oh, man, Terry Foster may have been involved in that one. Caution out on track.
It's a good thing I took a picture of old stale Tappy. It's pretty hard, so I think he might be okay.
Oh boy. Nobody really wanting to see that. Let's go back and take a peek, see what happened. Who was it?
I know the 22 was involved there.
All right, let's see.
But when I caught it, he was already in the wall, so I don't know if it really started with him or...
Let's go back more and just check it.
Oh, the 9 of Miller and the 28.
9 of Miller.
The 28 Terry got into it, yeah. Collected a couple of tires.
All right, let's go back. Now that we know who to look at, let's go back. Oh, James Miller's car is absolutely destroyed. He and the 28 of Mike Hamlin just getting together. I believe that's Mike Hamlin. Yes, it is. And, oh boy. All right, let's go back one more time. Mike Hamlin just walks up the brakes.
I wonder if Terry was maybe losing it in front of them. I don't know.
I think this might show it right here. We got Terry Foster on the screen. No, the 09 was definitely starting it.
Yep.
The 28 trying to avoid comes into the 86. So So this all started with James Miller, it looks like. And Miller's machine is completely torn up. We're going to do this. We don't typically do it like this, ladies and gentlemen, but I want to see how this thing all came about. So we're going to watch the 09. He's got Mike Hamlin there. Hamlin comes down to defend. He gets a little touch and woes himself up. And then they just decide to beat and bang. And unfortunately, Terry Foster was right behind him. He had no place to go. So a little temper on the track, I think, is what started it all. And people who didn't need to be involved got involved. And unfortunately, it had collected Terry Foster. Race control is talking. We can kind of hear it a little bit over Rick's microphone. Let's see what Mark Arthur has to say. This is gonna be pretty big.
So both the 28 and the 09 going to be getting an EOL with no strike on that one, Chris. It was kind of hard to call for Mark because there was a lot of action going on around there, but that is the call from race control.
All right, two cars. More of a racing incident as he's calling it. But in the end, poor Terry, who was having a fantastic race, relegated back to 28th position and on pit road. Heavy damage to the 86 machine. And now Dalton Kilroy has to do something he didn't want to have to do, and that is restart again. The only good news here, under caution, you're not using up a lot of fuel. And as we hop aboard Captain Save Fuel, you see there's no RPMs, and that's because he's got it shut off. Kicks it back on, fires it back up, and then shuts it back down. So he is as good as he says. He's Captain Save Fuel, the 41 of Dalton Kilroy. And Michael, you're right. He has definitely found his groove as of late as Kilroy. And we expect this out of last season's champion. This is kind of where he excels. If it comes down to a fuel mileage situation, Dalton Kilroy has got to be on the top of your list of guys who can possibly win. The other driver that didn't want to see this, Jamie Walker, who had 4 fresh tires on there and was trying to make his way up in the field, now gonna have less laps to do it. He's way back in the 14th position. And those 4 fresh tires aren't doing him a dang bit of good right now, as we're running around this track at about 55 miles an hour. All right, make it 75, but darn, you get my idea.
We understand what you're saying.
Dalton Kilroy opting for the outside lane, and here we go, getting ready to go on to the front stretch one more time.
Yeah, Kilroy's really came in the last few seasons that we've been watching him. He's changed quite a bit, and for the better. And he has been winning all over the place. I know with 5 Kings, he's been going crazy. And as we're under the green flag, Dalton Kilroy takes off.
It's a drag race down this long front stretch. Dalton Kilroy on the outside, Gruenberg on the inside. Kilroy with the advantage heading into turn 1. Look who's in 3rd spot. It's Derek Paulson with the MF Racing Designs number 6. Here comes Gruenberg on the inside. The 41 lets it slide, and that could be the difference here. Can Kilroy hold on? Kilrow trying to move down the track a little bit to pinch off the 54. It's a long stretch heading into turn 2. Matt Gruenberg takes the race lead coming out of the corner. Kilrow fighting back on the outside. It's all going to be who is going to help who with the draft as the 6 of Derek Paulson can choose who he wants to win. Paulson running in the middle of the lane. He can't choose which way to go.
Hang on to it, Gruenberg. Gotta be careful.
Gruenberg pushes hard in the corner, lets it float, had the lead, and now the 41 battles back on the outside. The 54 has the race lead. He slides up in front of the 41. Now the 41 has to set up and try and take it back.
At the line, 3 laps left to go to do it.
3 laps to go, 7.5 miles, and on the outside, here comes Dalton Kilrow again. The 24 bounces it off the wall, holds it straight. Rick, I said the tires on the A8 weren't doing any good, but he's up to 8th spot and running the inside lane with 2.5 laps to go.
Yeah, he's moving up good, and Dalton Kilrow used that inside lane to get around the 54. So Dalton Kilrow right now, going into turns number 4, has the lead on Gruenberg. Gruenberg peeking on the outside. Dalton closes in.
Flags side by side indicating 2 laps to go, and Matt Gruenberg puts it to the outside. Turn 1, door-to-door action here at Indy. Can't call a winner yet, as
Michael,
it is
I would like to see that too, Michael.
way too close.
But I think Paulson's being a little reserved now in case these guys get into it. I mean, they are door to door right now. The 54 takes the lead. No, there comes Dalton running hard on that inside lane. Coming into turn number 4, Dalton Kilrow has it. Gruenberg falls down. Dalton's got to be careful not to leave that inside lane open. We know the 54 very fast down there. Now the 54 are going to work on the outside.
Dalton Kilrow sends it down close to the wall to hold on to the inside lane. White flag waves. 1 lap to go, 2.5 miles around this big track. Oh, the 54 gets sideways coming off the corner. Dalton Kilrow sends it in. This one is far from over. Plenty of time left. Derek Paulson picks it down to the inside. He's behind the 41, giving a push, and here comes Jordan McAvoy. Jordan McAvoy up to the 3rd spot, gets into the 6th car. He's going to take over 3rd. Oh my, it is still not done.
It's not. The rookie Sam Baumgarten, the 53, takes over 3rd from McAvoy.
And on the front stretch for the last time, it's going to be, who's it going to be? Matt Gruenberg crosses the bricks first. Matt Gruenberg, your race winner. Dalton Kilrow 2nd. The rookie Sam Baumgarten takes 3rd.
1/100th of a second between Dalton and Matt Gruenberg, Chris.
Wow.
It doesn't get any closer than that right there, folks.
And that is the best finish we have seen all season long here for Blazing Pedals.
And Jamie Walker with those fresh tires made it up to 6th place, Chris. Cody Moore came home in 5th. Jordan McAvoy in 4th. Sam Baumgarten 3rd. Dalton Kilrow 2nd. As we know, Matt Gruenberg won. Josh Sexton, who didn't have a lot of practice here, brought home his 5 Kings 51 in 7th. 8th went down to Derek Paulson with those issues there. He fell back to 8th. Rick Thompson in 9th. Brian Dees, the Soul Stealer, rounds out that top 10.
Man, I appreciate that. We're only as good as the race that's before us, and my goodness, what a race it was here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Matt Gruenberg bringing it home as the race winner, and he came out of nowhere to do it. He was hanging back all night long, and when it mattered the most, brings it home across the bricks. We're going to start setting up post-race interviews. Don't go away, because we're going to have an opportunity to talk to Gruenberg, Kilrow, and the rookie, Sam Baumgarten, here in just one moment.
TRJKarting.com is your #1 online source for karting components, engines, and safety gear. They have a huge selection for the novice to the professional and a dedicated section for sim racers. No matter how you do it, your desire and passion to go fast fuels them. Their focus is to put their customers into victory lane. Make sure you check them out at TRJKarting.com and give them a like on Facebook.
And make sure you do check out TRJKarting.com for all of your karting needs and all of your sim racing needs, including shoes and gloves at TRJKarting.com. Make sure you also check out Butt Kicker. You go to their website, you enter promo code BLAZING, get yourself 20% off. And of course, if you need a paint, make sure you check out MF Racing Designs. He says he's busy, and I believe that he's busy because he's good. All right, let's go ahead and talk to our third place finisher here tonight. It is going to be the rookie, the 53, Sam Baumgarten. Sam, this is Chris and Rick up in the booth. Do you have a copy?
Yeah, I got you guys.
All right, bud. It was a long race, 250 miles, and you were moving up pretty darn good in the first stage. Then you started kind of hanging out towards the middle of the pack at the end. Here we are finding it in the third spot. What was the difference between the Mustang in the middle of the pack versus the Mustang fighting it out for third?
Tires. I mean, I noticed in practice that these tires like to fall off, and I noticed a lot of people were pushing, trying to get those hot lap times. And I was like, well, I'm just going to save my tires. And every time I did, I was catching guys in the second run after fuel stops. And it just seemed to work out near the end. We took our last set of tires, and I was kind of saving them there in the beginning. Then that caution came out, realized we were good on fuel, went for it. Unfortunately, it looks like the 6 and I think the 66 got into it, which kind of handed us the third place, to be honest. But, we'll take it.
Yeah, third is a third. Sam, who do you have on the 53 that you need to thank?
I want to shout out Speed Mafia again for those guys letting me come on and race with them. I really appreciate it. We were all having a good time in Team Spink tonight. Most of us that didn't get involved in accidents, unfortunately, but also Savage Edge Designs. Make sure you guys hit up Corey and get yourself a t-shirt. Go to savageedge.com, get yourself t-shirts, all that stuff. I think they're working on hats now, so be on the lookout for that. I really appreciate you guys sitting here broadcasting. I know what it's like, so thank you for taking time out of your Sunday to broadcast us. And that's about it, man.
All right, driver of the number 53. We call him the rookie. It's Sam Baumgarten, finishing third spot in his Ford Mustang, Rick.
And now we're going to go with second place. It's going to be the driver of the 41, F Cancer, Daddy-O's Machine, Dalton Kilrow. You got Rick and Chris in the booth. You got a copy, brother?
10-4, man.
Man, 1/100th of a second was the gap in between you and Gruenberg. That was crazy.
Yeah, it was. Just before I got moved in here, him and I were talking. That was probably one of the most fun battles I've had in a long time on iRacing. We both kept it clean, fighting for the win, and came down to that close of a margin. So, it sucks to get second, and it sucks that Gruenberg got another one, but he earned it today, and still second place. It's good. It's a good day.
It is definitely a good day, man. And your 41 Five Kings machine, very, very fast. And you've been doing a lot of other racing, and you've been having some great success. So it's good to see that out of you, man. Is there anybody on that 41 you'd like to thank?
I got to thank Daddy-O's Barber Shop, TRJKarting.com, BAM Racing Videos, Raise Energy, FB Button Box, Muckfall Racing Designs, everybody at home for tuning in. We do this all for you. Hope we got you guys a pretty good show. You guys for doing the broadcast, Mark and Jason Powell for doing the race control, and I think that's it. I could be wrong. Oh, butt kicker.
There you go. All right, man.
Oh,
Well,
almost forgot one.
Almost forgot one. And well, congratulations to you, man. It was a heck of a race. We hope to see you. I mean, I know you're going to be up front during the next week too, and but great race by you.
10-4, man. Thank you.
Alan Kilroad, driver of the number 41, bringing it home in second spot tonight. That leaves us with one more driver to talk to. And for the longest time, but you would have sworn it was a different guy behind the wheel because he was hanging out towards the rear. And then when it all counted, boom, Matt Gruenberg towards the front. Matt, driver of the number 54. Chris and Rick up in the booth. Do you have a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
My goodness, bud, what was going on tonight? It was a completely different driver out there tonight.
Yeah, I changed strategies a few times. I was debating whether one stop, two stop, the final stage, and just kind of testing what I could do in the first two stages as far as fuel saving goes and what kind of laps times I was running and where I'd be able to make it on fuel. So then I was planning on doing a one stop in the final stage, and then we had some cautions there, and then I just kind of changed the strategy, and it was just kind of go time from there, and eventually got myself up to the front through some pit strategy and staying out, and then made a few passes, and then got a timely caution at the end there, and was able to battle Dalton for the win.
Well, a great run it was. Very exciting finish here on the 54 and the 41. It was great. A lot of fun to call that one. Who do you have on the 54, the Toyota, that you need to thank tonight?
Yeah, it was definitely a great race. I was sweating in the car tonight, that's for sure. They were some stressful final few laps, but great race to Dalton. We didn't make contact at all, so I respect that. But just thank Team AV tonight, everybody who joins me in the race and races with me and hangs out, and Team Speaker Discord, and we chatted up through the race, make it fun. And congrats on Jordan coming home in P4. I know I was talking to him, and he could have sent it a little hard into what I think 3 on the final lap, and he might have been able to take home the win, but he kind of backed off since I was his teammate. So thank you to Jordan, and thanks everybody else on Team AP.
All right. Our race winner tonight, congratulations, going out once again to the number 54 of Matt Gruenberg, multiple time winner here this season. And that is going to do it live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. It's been a blast. And what a finish we had here tonight, Rick.
Yeah, it was outstanding, man. And, I just hope, that was one of the closest finishes that we've seen all season long, man. It was a great battle between the 41 and the 54. And, the 54 just had a little extra momentum, Chris. Next week we head to Kentucky. So I think we're going to start seeing some of the same stuff. And I don't know, man. Usually Michigan is on the tie-breaking list for you and I. But, if we come down to the championship race and these guys can't decide what they want to do and they throw us in, I might have to put in for an Indy. I have to put a little check mark there.
It was something else, to be sure. And I'm just looking around. Looks like Corey Sherman going to hold the banner for TNA Motorsports. So make sure to check that out. The TNA Motorsports Shop Talk tomorrow night on Facebook, live at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Ian, in case you missed that, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow night. Shop Talk on Facebook. And for Rick, this has been Chris saying thank you very much for tuning in. Thanks a lot for talking to us and sticking around. We really do appreciate that. We will see you again next Sunday night live here for the Turn 3 Racing Network.
You